Hey guys, so I got a new project. Um, it's not the 8.6, it's something even cooler. All right, so I bought an electric lawnmower. I got this Ryobi rm300e lawnmower. I actually bought it from Canoe, and Canoe went out of business. They're an EV company, and they went out of business, and they're auctioning off all their stuff. And yeah, I went ahead and bought this lawnmower off them. You can see it says "Asset of Canoe" on there, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool label to have. But I got it really cheap, and it was not in working condition. And so I've been working on it. But the problem is it's got bad batteries. So this thing, it's got 4 lead acid batteries in here. And yeah, they're bad. So because the batteries are bad, this thing's not running, I decided that what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a 1ZZ swap. So this is a 1ZZ out of a MR2 Spider, and we're going to put this in this lawnmower. Just kidding, guys. We are not doing a 1ZZ swap on this lawnmower. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to replace these lead acid batteries with an LFP battery. Yeah, so I've got 4 lead acid batteries, and I'm going to put in just 1 LFP battery. And that will be actually an upgrade. So just that 1 LFP battery that I'm getting, it's actually only a 30 amp hour LFP battery, which is, small for, you can buy much larger ones, but it's going to be more capacity than these lead acid batteries, just having 1 LFP battery. So LFP battery, that's a lithium iron phosphate battery. But yeah, we're going to be upgrading this thing. So what's really cool is, the lead acid battery here, it had this charging port on it. So this is where the Ryobi charger plugged in, and it was in this little door right here. Like you flip open this door, and that's where you plug in the charger. So I'm upgrading this to LFP. So the factory charger is not going to work. I'm going to have an LFP charger. And I did buy an LFP charger that you can hook it to the battery and plug it into the wall to charge the battery. And what I'm going to do, because these batteries, they're not easy to get to. Like you got to take this plastic off. You got to take the seat off. You got to take like the controls apart. Like you got to really, it's not easy to get to the batteries. It's not easy access. So obviously, I'm not going to want to take this thing apart every time I want to charge it. So the charger is actually going to live inside the mower next to the battery. And basically what I'm going to do is the battery charger is going to be always connected to the battery, and I'm going to utilize this door for the charging. And I found a really cool file online, and I printed this really cool like bulkhead where you can see I've got this flange on this side, and I've got a flange on this side, and basically you put the male cord, the prongs, through this end here, and you can secure it with some zip ties, and then you can just plug the extension cord just straight right there. So you just flip that open, plug the extension cord in, and it's charging. So that is a really cool thing. I'm going to be able to utilize this little door for charging the LFP battery. which is super cool. I don't have the battery yet, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump to tomorrow when I have my battery, and we're going to install this battery. And then hopefully I'll get to take this thing on a little bit of a test drive. I'll just like put the seat on it real quick. But I won't be able to put it all the way together because I also ordered the charger and it's not going to be here for a couple of days. So I'll leave it apart. That way I can install the charger and then I can put the plastics and everything back on. And then, yeah, we should be in business after that. But yeah, super cool. I'm pretty excited about this mower. It's in like really good shape. I mean, it's like a little dusty, you know, but like I said, it's like it was used in a warehouse. It wasn't used outside. It's never mowed a yard. So the deck is brand new, you know, the electric motors on the deck, the blades, all that's brand new. What's really cool about this mower is because it's electric, it has no belts. You know, so normally you get a riding lawnmower with this big, giant, crazy belt to spin the blades. No belt, no gas. I would say no oil, but I think it does have some gear oil in it, just like a little bit of oil. But yeah, talk about low maintenance. Oh, and the battery. You know, I mean that should last. You know, I should be able to mow my entire yard front and back on a charge. And the battery's got like a 5-year warranty. It's really cool. It's got a built-in BMS. You can hook to it with Bluetooth, hook to the battery with Bluetooth to, you know, see what all is going on with it. You know, state of charge and probably cell voltages and I don't know, maybe even a state of health estimate. I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm really excited about the battery. I can't wait to show you guys. Let's take a moment to say hi to my assistant over here. Where are you going? Hey. All right. Well, he didn't want to be on camera. Understandable. He's the brains behind all this. But so, oh yeah, one other cool thing that I did on this thing, since I'm waiting on the battery, is I made a cool license plate for it. So I made this cool license plate. I 3D printed it. It is it's a Dutch license plate. You see that NL, it's for Netherlands. And yeah, it says Ryobi. So I got this cool Dutch license plate. I thought that was like really cool. I printed it, you know, just the perfect size to fit right there. Isn't that cool? All right, so now what I'm going to do is I am going to jump to tomorrow and we're going to check out my new battery. All right, see you in a second, guys. All right, so here's the battery, and I was hoping that I could put it in today and test drive this thing, but apparently this battery is in shipping mode and the BMS is off basically. So it's only got like 1.5 volts on here. Well, 1.2 volts. So it's only got like 1.2 volts on this thing because I need to activate the BMS. And because this is a 48 volt battery, or you know, a 51.2 volt battery, I need to be able to put at least 48 volts to this thing for the BMS to recognize charging voltage and turn on. So I have to wait for my charger to get here. So my charger is going to get here in a couple of days. So yeah, I'll check back with you guys here in a couple of days. All right, so it's several days later and my charger still has not come in the mail. Thanks FedEx. They've delayed it twice now. But so I have made a little bit of progress. I'm ready for the charger to get here, and then I can see if this thing even works. But I like the way the battery is looking. So I've got the battery installed in here. I've got it held in here with this strap, and it's not going anywhere. It's nice and snug in there. I've got me a nice wood floor. So I got some hardwood floors, and that'll give me a place to mount the charger when it gets here. I've got everything hooked up pretty much, although I did unhook the negative end because I wanted to show you what I did with the terminals, because it's a pretty creative solution, I think. But you know, I can't hook it up all the way anyway because the charger is going to be permanently hooked up to it. But basically, the terminals on this battery are M8, so they got these M8 threaded holes right here, and the terminals, or the cables, let's see if I can find one. Here we go. The terminals are too small for an M8 to go through that loop, so they have to be M6. And I've seen online some people like drill these out and they really booger them up, and I didn't want to do that. I wanted it to be all just no heavy modifications here. So what I did was I got these studs. So these studs, it's an M8 on one side and an M6 on the other side. And unfortunately, I couldn't get the right length. I measured this hole and it is 12 millimeters deep, but I could only find a 15 millimeter stud. So it's 15 millimeters on both sides. So whenever I thread this in here, all the way, you can see I still have some of those M8 threads sticking out, and I can't put this on that part there. It won't go down all the way, see? So what I'm doing is I got this nut, and this nut's actually from a Nissan Leaf. So actually I have a Nissan Leaf and I built the battery pack for it, so I have a bunch of Nissan Leaf bolts. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put that M8 right there. It's a 13 millimeter head on it, and I'll get that nice and tight, and now I can put the terminal on there. So I'll put that on there, and I'll also put the charger on there, and you know, I'm going to hold that on with just a M6 nut. So I'm not going to tighten it up or anything because, like I said, I gotta hook the charger up. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with the battery so far. I've got it all hooked up, like I said, except for the charger. So I am still running this port here because it's got like some, you know, like sensors and whatnot. So I'm keeping all that hooked up. From what I understand, you have to have that hooked up. It's got like safety stuff in there, so it knows not to run if you hook it up to the charger or something. I don't know. So I'm just gonna like kind of zip tie this stuff up out of the way or something. We'll figure out how it can get all oriented once I got the charger in there. But yeah, this battery's not going anywhere. It's nice and snug, ready for the charger to turn it on, and then I can drive this thing around. So that's pretty much it. So because, you know, like I made that tag because I was waiting on the battery. Well, I get bored, I'm waiting on stuff, and so then I just 3D print stuff. So I 3D printed something else while I was waiting. So check this out. Ferrari. I got me a Ferrari lawnmower. So this ain't no Ryobi. This is a Ferrari. Got me this Ferrari. Pretty cool, huh? So yeah, I just 3D printed that. Stuck it on there. But yeah, so I'll check back with you guys once I've got the charger. We'll see if that ever shows up. All right, I got the charger. So now let's turn on this battery. So first of all, I've got the battery unhooked from the mower itself, and I've got the charger bolted up to the battery. I also have these leads here. This is my other charger, and I just have it hooked up so I can read the voltage. So basically what we do is we turn on the charger for a few seconds. I think the manual said 3 seconds, and that will wake up the BMS. So what should happen is I plug in the charger, and we'll see that jump up to probably like 58.4 volts. And then when I unplug it, we'll see how much voltage the battery has. So it's the moment of truth. So we're going to plug in the charger. Here's the thing for the charger. Let's see what happens to the voltage readout on right here. Ooh, there we go. So it's reading 25 volts. Oh, charger's making some noise. Now let's unplug the charger and see. All right. So the charger is completely unplugged, and we are reading 25.4 volts. So that means the BMS is on, and we probably need some juice if we only have 25 volts. But now I'm thinking we can probably, let me get this off of here, and this might not be the correct voltage readout, but now if we plug this in, this Anderson connector, oh snap, look at that. So it's beeping because of the seat thing. Okay, so that's off. But yeah, you turn it on. Oh golly, that is awesome. Okay, so now what I need to do is put this thing together and sit on the seat and see if this thing will drive around. All right, this is exciting, guys. All right, I'll get this thing put together real quick. All right, I've got it all put back together, so let's give this thing a shot. So, all right. So first thing, this is the blades. So you pull that up. Wow, that's loud. So those are the blades. So now we got. Whoa. Oh yeah. All right. Let's. What else we got? Reverse mode option? Oh, reverse mode option. I think that's for making the blades go backwards. I don't know. And then we got the headlights. Headlights work. Awesome. Let's get this thing out on the lawn and try it out. thing's awesome. I'm gonna get my lawn mowed so much faster now. This is so cool. Oh, safety first. All right, that's it. Bye, guys. Oh yeah, let's try out the charging. All I gotta do is flip this up and plug that in. You should hear the fan come on the charger. Yep, there it is. That is so awesome. All right, well, that's pretty much it, guys. I'm very happy with this lawnmower.